Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. We were continuing text 13-15 purport. In between, we left somewhere in between. So I start from there. Dandavat to all of you who are there. Verse 14 mentions, before this I want to say that Nanda Maharaj invited such qualified brahmanas in this auspicious occasion. So already the qualities of Brahmana has been mentioned. Last week we heard that what should be a quality of a real Brahmin. Verse 14 mentions Pavitra Shuddhi. In any ritualistic ceremony, many herbs and leaves were required. Still today, we use cow dung, cow urine, just to put this on the ground to purify. Because to cow, we don't see in India that the cow is a common animal, four-footed animal. No. That's why it's cow dung. We cannot call it shit. It's cow urine. It's very powerful. We cannot count cow urine in the context of any other living entity's urine. So this cow dung is also count as a herb, and cow urine also count as a medicine. And before also, so many herbs, even one to present day when we do sit for doing some yagya, you might have been seen that how many different kinds of herbs required and leaves and different things required. These were known as Pavitra Patra. Pavitra means pious, and it was called Pavitra Aushadhi. Aushadhi means medicine. Pavitra means pious. So these herbs and leaves were pious medicines. Pavitra Patra. Sometimes these were neem leaves. Sometimes bay leaves, wood apple, mango leaves, aswatha leaves, and amalaki leaves. Amalaki means amla. This dhatri phal, the dhatri fruit that we generally offer to Sri Vishnu, or you can say Sri Krishna. For us, we offer this to Sri Krishna or Radharani. Similarly, there were Panchagabhya, Panch Sasya, and Panch Ratna. Gabhya, the Ga word is in the context of Gau. So Gabh can be only from cow. Gabh only from cow. Like with milk, yogurt, ghee, buttermilk, and butter. So these type things are Panchagabhya. Pancharasasya and Pancharatna. Pancharatna means Sasya, I am not confirmed that what is this. But Pancharatna is 5 different kind of jewels, precious stones. Although Nanda Maharaj belonged to the Vaishya community, everything was known to him. He was a business mind person, so he was knowing each and every thing very nicely. The most important word in these verses is Mahagunam. Mahagunam, high-level qualities, indicating that the Brahmanas were offered very palatable food of exalted quality. Such palatable dishes were generally prepared. With 2 things, namely food grains and milk product. I think this Panch Sasya are in the context of grain. So these palatable dishes were generally prepared with 2 things, namely food grains and milk product, yogurt, chach, ghee, butter. Bhagavad Gita therefore enjoins that human society must give protection to the cows and encourage agriculture Krishi go rakshakya vanijyam vaishya karma swabhavanam. Means this was the duty of Vaishya to take care of cow, to protect cow, to take care of yagya, and to take care of economic empowerment of any particular place. Simply by expert cooking, hundreds and thousands of palatable dishes can be prepared from agricultural produce and milk products. This is indicated here by the words Annam Maha Gudam, with lot of potential and lot of different quality. Still today in India, from these two things, namely food grains and milk, hundreds and thousands of varieties of food are prepared. And then they are offered to the Supreme Personality of God. Chaturvidha Sri Bhagavat Prasada Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yo Me Bhaktya Prekshati. Then the prasada is distributed. Even today in Jagannath Kshetra and other big temples, very palatable dishes are offered to the deity. This is the one of the reason in our temple, by the help of devotee and by the mercy of Srila Gurudev, our this Prem Prasad program is continuing since years. And very wonderful things that devotees from the different parts of the world, they are contributing and being the witness of this Prasad distribution program, that this offering is reaching to each and everybody outside, not only inside the temple of the people, no. It's going outside. And each and everybody is getting the benefit of this Mahaprasad offered to Radha Mohan. So this vision is not a small vision. This Prem Prasad vision is really vision of love. That even after having this kind of lab-laminated food, the general people, common people, those are not aware, can get a chance to be a slight or the tiny consciousness in their awareness. So they will be able to turn themselves to Radha Mohan and can make their life totally transformed from material to spiritual. This is the vision behind Prem Prasad. As much I can understand. Can be other big vision of Srila Gurudeva and the senior devotees. But as much I can understand, this is the reason to purify with the offered food the present situation of the ordinary and valuable, all type of other people also, to bring them, to turn them towards Radha Mohan. And they should also can gain benefit. And whatever the suffering they have, they can understand what is the real meaning to be in Vrindavan, to come Vrindavan, what is the meaning to have darshan, what is the meaning of Radharani, and what is the meaning of Shri Krishna. And I hope with this kind of help or with this kind of seva, the ordinary and common people can also be able, by the mercy of Srimati Radhika's, to bring a little impact of spirituality in their life. And then further, Radharani may help them to go further in spiritual. Even today in Jagannath Kshetra and other big temples, very palatable dishes are offered to the deity. And prasada is distributed profusely. Cooked by first-class brahmanas with expert knowledge and then distributed to the public. This prasada is also a blessing from the brahmanas or Vaishnavas. There are 4 kinds of prasada. Chaturvidha, salty, sweet, sour, and pungent. Tastes are made with different types of spices, and the food is prepared in 4 divisions called charvya, that the food that we can eat by chewing, consume by chewing with our teeth. Chusya, the food that we can suck with our lips or mouth. Lehya and pehya. Lehya means that we can lick with our tongue, and the pehya that we can drink. Prasada that is chewed, prasada that is chewed prasada that is licked, prasada tasted with the tongue, and prasada that is drunk. The four qualities, varieties. Thus, there are many varieties of prasada prepared by very nicely with grains and ghee, offered to the deity and distributed to the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas and then to the general public. This is the way of human society. Killing the cows and spoiling the land will not solve the problem of food. This is not civilization. Uncivilized men living in the jungle and being unqualified to produce food by agriculture and cow protection may eat animals, but a perfect human society, advanced in knowledge, must learn how to produce first-class food simply by agriculture and protection of cows. If we want to say something in the glory of Prabhupada, we cannot say after reading all these things that how far he is able to see and how clearly he has vision to distribute to knowledge through this Srimad Bhagavatam book, this literature, this holy book, to the people to understand many different things that people are totally unaware. But Prabhupada had some vision he wanted, and maybe he was knowing that what will happen, definitely need to reach proper knowledge to the people. By understanding even the mind of the Western world, he tried to do something for the well-wish of Western world. Take 16. Kava sarva gunopeta vasastrum rukmalini atmaja putirarthaya pradhatte chanunjata. Kava sarva gunopeta vasastra grukmalini atmaja bhu dayarthaya pradatte chanvayunjata. Nanda Maharaj, for the sake of the affluence of his own son, Krishna, gave the Brahmanas cow fully decorated with garments, flower, garlands, and gold necklace. When a father is happy on the such occasion that doing by son is really is so joyful, so he is ready to give anything in this happiness. These cows fully qualified to give ample milk were given to the Brahmanas in charity, and the Brahmanas accepted them and bestowed blessings upon the whole family and especially upon Krishna. It's a very beautiful part of Leela that Brahmanas are blessing to Sri Krishna. Actually, he has given us some empowered Brahmanas with his love, out of his love actually. And then here in Leela, we can see that he is getting the blessings from Brahmana. Very beautiful. This is means beyond and hiddenly when Brahmanas in their sadhana, this is also very important that how they chant that Krishna's name all the time, and these Brahmanas are giving blessing to Krishna. Inside they are smiling and knowing everything. Some of the Brahmanas, Are, what blessings we can give you? You giving blessings to the billions of the universe, but even you given this duty to us to show the other people that what they can, how their behavior will be, how much respect they can give to Brahmanas and cows in the society as becoming a good real Vaishnava. So this is the only was the reason that Krishna wanted to show for the coming years that you have to respect who is a real Brahmin or Vaishnava. Nanda Maharaj first fed the Brahmanas sumptuously and then gave them in charity first-class cow fully decorated with golden necklaces, garments and flower garlands. Text 17. Vipra mantra vido yuktas terya proktas thashisha ta nispala bhavishanti na kadachidapi spram. The Brahmanas who were completely expert in chanting the Vedic hymns were all yogis fully equipped with mystic powers. Whatever blessings they spoke were certainly never fruitless. Purport. Brahmanas fully equipped with the Brahmanical qualification are always yogis, fully powerful in mystic yoga. Their words never fail. In every transaction with other members of society, Brahmanas are certainly dependable. In this age, however, one must take into account that the Brahmanas are uncertain in their qualification because there are no Yaggic Brahmanas. Brahmanas also forgetting their duties, daily duties, what they need to do. Gayatri, Seva to the fire, doing everyday Yagya, 3 times Gayatri, keeping Shutra, keeping Shikha, Tilak. They feel shameful. Young generation Brahmanas, children, they feel shameful to keep Tilak, to keep Shikha. But good in some holy places like Varanasi and Vrindavan, Rishikesh or Haridwar or the south of India, Kanchi, Kotipit, Rameshwaram, at these places, all in Chaturvarnas, 3 pillars of the society, they are keeping Shikha Sutra and Tilak. They didn't forget. Some of them are remembering, but most of them forgotten actually. This is true. Because there are no Yaggic Brahmanas. All Yagyas are forbidden. The only Yagya recommended in this age is Sankirtan Yagya. Nitai Gaura Haribal, 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 Haribal. Nitai Gaura Haribal, 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 Haribal. This is the blessings of Salman Maharaj. This is the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, catching the people, asking, begging them, oh, one time, chant this holy name with out of your mouth. One time, please. I don't need anything, any bhiksha. I need only this bhiksha. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Only this Nityananda Prabhu was begging to the people, going to door and door. My God. How they will chant? They will not chant by unless we don't go. First, we have to chant in front of them. When they will see us chanting, then they will say. If they are not doing, catch them, bring them, hold their hand and bring them. Ask them, beg them to chant this holy name. Once they will chant, they will be free from all difficulties. So only yajna recommended in this age of Sankirtana. Naam, Sankirtan yajna. Yuga dharma Sankirtan, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Yagni Sankirtana prayer, yajananti hi sumedha saha. Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 5th chapter, 32 verse. Yajna is meant to satisfy Vishnu. Yagnatharth karmano netra loko yarn karmana bandhana. Because in this age, there are no qualified brahmanas. People should perform yajna by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Yajna Sankirtana prayer, yajanti hi sumedashaha. Life is meant for yajna. And a yajna is performed by the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Text stating, Ekadaro Hamarudam Lalyanti Sudam Satihi, Garimanam, Chishor Bodum, Nagehe Giri Kutvat. One day, a year after Krishna's appearance, Mother Yashoda was patting her son on her lap. But suddenly, she felt the child to be heavier than a mountain peak, and she could no longer bear his weight. Purport. Lalayanti, sometimes a mother lifts her child, and when the child falls in her hands, sometimes a mother lifts her child, and when the child falls in her hands, the child laughs, like holding a baby, going up, and then again catching the baby. When mother do this, The child laughs and the mother also enjoys pleasure. Yashoda used to do this, but this time Krishna became very heavy and she could not bear his weight. Under the circumstances, it is to be understood that Krishna was aware of the coming of Trinavrtasura. Krishna was knowing everything. Who would take him far away from his mother? This is the part of his Lila. Krishna knew. So he just increased his weight in the lap of her mother, his mother. Krishna knew that when Trinavrata came and took him away from his mother's lap, Mother Yashoda would be greatly bereaved. He did not want his mother to suffer any difficulty from the demon. Therefore, because he is the source of everything, Janmadhyasya Yataha, he assumed the heaviness of the entire universe. The child was on the lap of Yashoda, who was therefore in possession of everything in the world. So this heaviness was not a ordinary happiness. He collected all the entire universe heaviness. Then he made the Mother Yashoda to just put him down. The child was on the lap of Yashoda, who was therefore in possession of everything in the world. But when the child assumed such heaviness, she had to put him down in order to give Trinavrtasura an opportunity to take him away and play with him for some time before the child returned to the lap of his mother. Until he is in mother lap, Trinavrta will not come because the power of mother. And as well, then he tricked the late increase our weight, my weight, so she will put me on the floor, and that will be a chance for Trinavrtasura to take me. And with that, the one part of Leela I will also will be near to conclude. Text 19. Bhumau nidhayatam gopi vismita bhar pidita mahapurushmadadhyo jagatamas karmishu. Feeling the child to be as heavy as the entire universe and therefore being anxious, thinking that perhaps the child was being attacked by some other ghost or demon, the astonished mother Yashoda put the child down on the ground and began to think of Narayana. Foreseeing disturbances, she called for the Brahmanas to counteract these heaviness, and then she engaged in her other household affairs. She had no alternative than to remember the lotus feet of Narayana, for she could not understand that Krishna was the original source of everything. Purport. Mother Yashoda did not understand that Krishna is the heaviest of all heavy things and that Krishna rests within everything. Matastani Sarva Bhutani. Though if you go to see, definitely Krishna is the heaviest. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Tatam Idam Sarvam Jagat Avyakta Murtina. Krishna is everywhere in his impersonal form and everything rests upon him. Nonetheless, Na Chaham Tesva Avasthitaha. Krishna is not everywhere. Mother Yashoda was unable to understand this philosophy because she was dealing with Krishna as his real mother by the arrangement of Yogamaya. Two things are there. One, at one place it is written Krishna rests within everything. And here saying that Krishna is not everywhere. Why? Mother Yashoda was unable to understand this philosophy because she was dealing with Krishna as his real mother. She never felt that she is not real mother of Krishna. She never thought that Krishna is Bhagavan, my Krishna, my Kanhaiya, my Gopal, my. I am her everything and he is my as his real mother by the arrangement of Yogamaya. Okay. Not understanding the importance of Krishna, how much powerful, from where came Goloka, Vaikuntha, Das, Dasi, so much power, Ananta Brahmanda Koti Nayak, all this not Narayan, Vishnu, nothing. She was not understanding. She could only seek shelter of Narayan for Krishna's safety. Even she was taking the shelter of Narayan for whom? For Krishna's safety, not for herself. And called the Brahmanas to counteract the situation. This all was happening because of the deep connection, deep love. Very strong, intense, real, with full of honesty. Text 20. Daktyo namna trinavarta kansa bhritya pranodita chakravat sarupena jahara sinam bharkam. While the child was sitting on the ground, a demon named Trinavarta, spinning, a state of our mind. Mind is also spinning. Who was the servant of Kamsa, came there as a whirlwind at Kamsa's instigation and very easily carried the child away into the air. Child nature that he is completely in ignorance. It is not like that Trinavarta can come to us also. If this mind spins all the time in unnecessary possibilities, searching in unnecessary possibilities, it's the same like Trinavarta. Means we are ordinary child under the control of Trinavarta. Easily possibility to get captured. Very easily. That's why in the spiritual world, facilities are there during the category. If you cannot do this, do this. If you cannot do this, do this. Means 64 kind of different seva. Involve yourself in any kind to keep away Trinavarta. Involve yourself in any kind of the 64 things. But we don't know. Sometime, as Sri Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Mama Maya Duratiyaya, that this Maya is my pet, definitely. But sometimes this Maya put me in confusion. What about ordinary person? Definitely, she can disturb my devotees also. But my devotees need to be very careful, conscious. Those who are every day practicing to put the mind in the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika, Sri Mohan, bringing their mind in any situation, whenever they feel, my God, what's happening now? This is not good. Bringing their mind in the lotus feet of Sri Radharani and Krishna. They quickly at that same time, they both, Radharani is there to help. Radharani is there. She is ready all the time to do all nice thing for us. We are missing. We are mistaking. We are forgetting. We are feeling shame. We are miser. Don't want to go in front of her. Don't want to talk. Don't want to ask, how are you? How was the day today? What did you eat? Are you feeling comfortable? What is order for me? Today you are looking so beautiful. My God, what type of necklace you have? What type of earrings you have? We go near having darshan. We need to be very happy after having darshan. We relish inside our heart after having darshan. Oh my God, this dress, these bangles, earrings, nose pin, kajal, lipstick, hairstyle, everything thinking about eyes, beautiful, angarag, everything. We forget when we go. When we come back, then again forget. Okay, it's not the thing of one day. People, devotee practice gradually, then they reach, definitely. Because the options are open only for devotees, not for non-devotees. So we should not need to become sad. Always need to be positive and hopeful by just doing non-stoppable, without forgetting. Need to do. This we should not forget. Purport. Krishna's heaviness was unbearable for the child's mother. But when Trinavartasura came, he immediately carried the child away. Even after the increasing weight. This was another demonstration of Krishna's inconceivable energy. When the Trinavarta demon came, Krishna became lighter than the grass so that the demon could carry him away. This was Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, Krishna's blissful transcendental pleasure. Why he need to do all this Leela? Why he need? Simply need to come to kill Kamsa, but just sitting in his Golok Vrindavan was also possible. The only thing I can think, this was the love of Brajavasis. He came. And he was also loving Brajavasis a lot. And considering my people, then from the beginning of childhood, as an infant, he started killing from Putana. As an infant, he started doing Seva of Brajavasi. So by all these small Leela he performed, we need to understand that our behavior, what should be our behavior with Brajavasis. Need to be careful. If we really want mercy of Srimati Radhika. When the Trinavati came, okay, text 21. Gokulam sarva ma brindman mukshunum chakshushim renu vihi piriyan sumaha ghor shabdena pratishoho disihi. Covering the whole land of Gokula with particles of dust. It becomes very dusty when Trinavartasura came. That demon acting as a strong whirlwind covered everyone's vision and began vibrating everywhere with a greatly fearful sound. It just came to make fearful to Brajavasi. Purport. Trinavartasura assumed the form of a whirlwind and covered with a dust storm the whole tract of land known as Gokula, so that no one could see even the nearest thing. Means there was a thunder of a storm created around the city. Text 22. Muhurtam abhavat gostam rajasa tamsavritam sutam yashoda napasyat tasmin nastavati yataha. For a moment, the whole pasturing ground was overcast with dense darkness from the dust storm. And the mother Yashoda was unable to find her son where she had placed him. It's completely stormy, we were not able to see. Napasyat kashyanatmanam param chapi bimohitaha trinavarta nisrishtabhihi sarkara bhiru prataha. Because of the beads of sand thrown about by Trinavarta, people could not see themselves or anyone else. It was so dusty. And thus they were illusioned and disturbed. They were thinking that which type of Maya this is. Text 24. Iti karpavan chakrapan suvarse supad bimbala vilakshmata atikarunu manu asmarantya shochad bhuvi patita mritvatsaka yatha gahu. Because of the dust storm stirred up by the strong whirlwind, Mother Yashoda could find no trace of her son, nor could she understand why. Thus she fell down on the ground like a cow who has lost her calf and began to lament very pitifully. Mother Yashoda was very painful situation. It happens, Mother Yashoda put Krishna out of her lap. Even for a short while, she became detached with Krishna, attached with worldly different things. Then she came in the painful situation. The present situation is also like this. We've forgotten and blaming each other for our situation. No. We've forgotten something very important. The all situation in the material world is because of that. Little heaviness came, Mother Yashoda put Krishna on the ground. And then after looking, because attachment is there, she cannot live without Krishna, but she didn't find. And then was so much attached that without not finding any trace of her son, and fell down on the ground like a cow. When this cow lost his calf, began to lament very pitifully. Text 25. Rudrita manus nisamya tatra gopyo vrish manu tapta diyo ashru purna mukhyaha ruru dur nulapya bhya nanda sunum pavan parat panshu varsavege. When the force of the dust is storm and the winds subsided, Yashoda's friends, the other gopis, approached Mother Yashoda, hearing her pitiful crying, not seeing Krishna present. They too felt very much aggrieved and joined Mother Yashoda in crying, their eyes full of tears. Purport. This attachment of the gopis to Krishna is wonderful and transcendental. The center of all the activities of the gopis was only Krishna. When Krishna was there, they were happy. And when Krishna was not there, they were unhappy. Thus, when Mother Yashoda was lamenting Krishna's absence, the other ladies also began to cry. Text 26. It still happens in the Indian society. When some sorrowful situation is with the neighbor, the ladies from the neighbor side, they visit this house and give condolence to the others. What happened, means situation type of this house, what happened to this lady. They go near and they also cry with this lady and share her sorrow with them. So this was also happening that time, that the ladies came to the Mother Yashoda house, gave her condolence. Not seeing Krishna present, they too felt very much aggrieved and joined Mother Yashoda in crying. They also found that Krishna is not there, other gopis of the neighbor. And they felt very much aggrieved and joined Mother Yashoda in crying, their eyes full of tears. The attachment of the gopis to Krishna is wonderful and transcendental. The center of all the activities of the gopis was Krishna. When Krishna was there, they were happy. Obviously, this is the difference between devotee and non-devotee. When Krishna is there, devotee is happy. When Krishna is not there, devotee is not happy. And in the material world, people are anyhow happy. Krishna is there or not. Krishna, okay. Something like Vrindavan, playing with Radha, standing with Radha Nani, one lady, okay, this Krishna. That's it. Purport. No, text 26. Rinavarta Shantarayo Vatyarup Dharo Haraha Krishnam na Navogato Gantum Nasakruta Bhuri Bharvit. Having assumed the form of a forceful whirlwind, the demon Trinavarta took Krishna very high in the sky. But when Krishna became heavier, then the demon had to stop his force. He could not go no further. I think this is our concluding time. And next week we will read purport.
Radhe Radhe Go